Okay, let's go on to number 4. A is 10, B is 27, C is 5. A times C would be 50, B would be 27, and I want a positive product and a positive sum, so I'll have two positives. 1 times 50, 2 times 25. 1 plus 50 is 51. 2 plus 25 is 27, so we got it. Good. Remember, first term stays the same. Replace 27x with 2x plus 25x, and again, the order does not matter. Last term stays the same. Group the first two together. Put an addition sign. Group the last two together. This group has 2x in common. And you can divide this mentally. I'm okay with that. The last group has 5 in common. Was I successful at factoring by grouping? Oh, you can't see that. I apologize. Was I successful at factoring by grouping? Yes. In this binomial that I have here, this binomial, they share a common factor of 5x plus 1. So my answer will be 5x plus 1 times 2x plus 5. There is my answer to that one. Now for number 5, I wanted to do all the methods. I wanted to do the area model and the chart and grouping, which we'll talk about that in just one moment. Okay, so for the area model, I want to get 2x squared here, and I want to get negative 3 here. How can I get 2x squared? 1x times 2x. Doesn't matter where you put it. I want to get a sum of positive 1 when I put these here. What are factors of 3? 3 times 1. Let's put positive 3. Let me start with negative 3 and see if that will work. And this is really just a guess and check sort of circumstance. So negative 3 times 2x is negative 6x. And x times positive 1 is positive 1x. Negative 6x plus 1x, is that positive 1x? No. So I'm going to swap just to see how this goes. I'm going to put a positive 3 here. Or would I add a negative 3? I'm going to put a negative 3 here and a positive 1 here. See how that goes. Could be, could not be it. We'll see. Positive 1 times 2x is 2x. Positive 1 times negative 3x is negative 3x. Negative 3x plus 2x. That's negative 1x. I'm closer. So what if I make this a minus 1? Let me erase these two terms here in the middle. See why I wrote that box in ink? It makes it much easier. And I'm going to make this a positive 3. Okay, so negative 1x times 2x is negative 2x. And then x times 3 is positive 3x. 3x and negative 2x, when I add them, do I get positive 1x? Yes. So that means that my solution is, or my factored form of 2x squared plus x minus 3 is x minus 1 times 2x plus 3. Okay, now, when we're talking about making a chart, A is 2, B is 1, C is negative 3. A times C, sum of B. Negative product, positive sum, positive and a negative, bigger when negative. So 6 times negative 1 does not give me 1 when I add, and then 3 times negative 2 does give me 1 when I add. Now, when I look at this, is number 5 more like number 3 or 1 and 2? Because to just use the chart method, that means that I can go ahead and do this and use my middle variable of x. and put a plus 3 and a minus 2. But when I multiply x times x, does that give me 2x squared? No. So I'm going to have to also use the grouping method with this problem. You can only just use the chart method when a is 1. I do have another trick to show you, but I'll show you when we're together in person. Okay, now, and there's so many tricks that sometimes students get confused, so I'll just show you the new trick once we're back together again. To do by grouping, I'm going to do 2x squared plus 3x minus 2x minus 3. Remember, I'm replacing the positive 1x with 3x and negative 2x. I'm leaving 2x squared the same and minus 3 the same. I'm going to group the first two together, put an addition sign, group the last two together. The first group has an x in common. The second group only has a negative 1 in common. And remember, if only this had been negative, then I would need to factor out a negative anyway. So a negative 1 will come out. Then I will have a positive 2x and plus 3. Okay, now, did this factoring by grouping work? Yes, it did, because we have a common factor of 2x plus 3. If these two were not the same, if this was an addition and this were a subtraction, there's one of two things that occurred. Number one, you've made a mistake, or number two, this just won't factor. So, all right, so they have 2x plus 3 in common, and when I cover up 2x plus 3, x minus 1 is left. So again, I got the same answer. I got x minus 1 times 2x plus 3, x minus 1 times 2x plus 3. Thank you for watching.